The Castle Keep is famous for being one of the most haunted buildings in the northeast of England. With countless grisly stories, macabre tales, and a plethora of sightings, it won't come as a surprise to find that the Castle Keep holds an annual ghost walk, which produces startling results. However, in recent years these encounters have taken a more sinister twist, with the increase in people actually being attacked by a ghost, leaving some in need of medical attention. Built between 1172 and 1177 by King Henry II, and situated between Newcastle's most famous landmark, the Tyne Bridge, and the High Level Bridge, it is notoriously haunted by various spirits, most famous of which being the Poppy Girl, whose scent can be detected throughout the building. But less well known are the screaming monks, grey ladies, and even a mischievous little boy who pushes people in the Great Hall. This is Samantha Hutton, a journalist investigating the Castle Keep in an attempt to find some truly definitive answers as to the question of whether or not ghosts exist.
I'm Samantha Hutton, your guide through this journey. I'm standing at arguably the most haunted building in Newcastle, the Castle Keep. I caught up with Andrew Fennwick with his stock encounter.
Obviously in this room now where I'm actually standing up flat against this wall. It was on a camera. There was a camera in the corner over here, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Obviously feeling a little bit tired, and I just thought I'd come in here and just see what I could get. And I called out, obviously, is anybody here? Can you make yourself present? And just as that happened, I felt as though my kneecap, my right kneecap, had just gave way. But I thought I had snapped my leg. I thought I just tripped and broke my leg. So I was lying, I couldn't feel my leg, couldn't stand on it. It was a couple of minutes later, I got up and I said to one of the mediums, I says, I think I've either fell over or something's attacked us. And then obviously she had said, you never know, it could be anything. So then it was about a good couple of hours later, I felt like a cold sensation, I felt like I was sweating on my leg. So when I lifted it up, I had jeans on, I lifted it up, obviously I had 4 scratch marks right from the bottom all the way at the top, and I had like a bruise in the centre of my leg. So I had to call off the investigation. Everyone had to go home because obviously I looked after the building. And then we went to the hospital, and obviously trying to explain at the hospital that it was a ghost. They looked at you like you're a bit silly. So then the last scratch mark down the bottom, I had to get butterfly stitches and then a big plaster on my leg, so I didn't bend my leg because it kept opening every time, so it was quite deep. So I was off work for about 5 or 6 weeks with a plaster.
Meet Carol Ledger, a local who was paralysed by a spirit.
I was with my daughter when it happened.
It?
Oh, I was thrown on the floor, my legs were just numb, I couldn't move them. I wanted to move them. Everybody thought I was kidding. My daughter jumped on the floor beside us and she was coupling off us. Tourists were around the building, they were taking photos because I don't know what they thought was going on, but honestly I was in such a panic. And when I did manage to get up and go home, I found my legs were covered in bruises, and I don't know where they come from.
So why do you think the spirit attacked you?
There's actually a story behind it now, because the first time I got interviewed for the newspaper article, there's a lot of people have said that there was a lady who cheated on her husband who worked around the castle, and apparently the guy who she cheated on looks like me. So they reckon that it's the husband who she had the affair. So they reckon that could be him, and he's called Richard, he's called.
Oh, I don't know why it happened to me. I just panicked. Honestly, I didn't know if it was a mugger or my ex-husband or what it was, but it was awful.
Listening to these startling accounts, it is plain to see there is something strange happening within the walls.
This subject sparks some heated debate. But what is the Church's view?
That varies, of course, depending on which part of the church you belong to, but there's one thing in common, that something happens, that it isn't the end once we've finished our life on earth, that there is some sort of existence, and most church people would say some sort of accounting for how you've lived on earth. What actually happens in detail, I wouldn't like to say, but there will be something going on which we should take account of now, while we're still alive here. I've only met one person who said he saw a ghost, and it wasn't violent at all, but very realistic. But I know some people do say they've been attacked, but I wouldn't like to say that ghosts do actually do that.
What I believe when you die is your spirit wanders the earth looking for what it most wanted in life. I believe it's my responsibility to help these spirits find peace.
So how has the encounter affected your life?
Not a great deal, to be honest, because I'm still here. I'm still here, so I'm still obviously doing investigations, but I don't just do here as well, I do different places as well all over the country.
I live in fear. I know there's things out there and I imagine things out there and I've never seen them, but after that I would never ever go on the Keep again. I'm absolutely terrified and I'm hoping these evil spirits just don't attack my family again. I'm really so frightened. I can pray that I don't have to experience this ever again in my life.
It is plain to see that something sinister is lurking within the walls of Newcastle's Castle Keep, but what is still shrouded in mystery. And with the increase of people encountering paranormal activity, and with the attacks on the rise, our question may soon very well be answered. Let us pray we do not regret looking.